What's up, everybody? Noah Kisser back here for my review of the brand new Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas. We had time for me, time for you, we had time for us, and we had time for them. Next year, I believe we're going to get time for her, and then I don't know what you can do next. But Time for Him stars Holland Roden and Tyler Hynes. A Missed Call and Mistletoe. 4 days before Christmas, Elizabeth Athens receives a voicemail from a number she doesn't recognize. On the message, a man she doesn't know makes one final plea to the love of his life for a second chance. So now it's up to her and her friend Tyler Hynes to basically find out who this person is, find out who made the call, and eventually who is it for, and find that person to help them maybe get back together. This is a story that also goes into grief with losing a friend. And you see that throughout the film. And it's really heartbreaking. This is an emotional film, but damn is it good. This is a freaking amazing Hallmark movie. This might be the best made film of the year. The one that is the most well made. It brings the script. It brings the emotion. It brings the chemistry between these two stars. But what it really does is it delves into something that really doesn't happen very often. Where you're enjoying the series of movies more than you did the last. Because with Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas, I just checked on Letterboxd before I started filming this video. I gave Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas 4.5. I gave Time for You 3.5. I still need to see those two again, but I haven't seen them since the first time I've seen them. But Time for Us was one of the best films of that year. I gotta say it, it was one of the best films of that year. I'm gonna take a quick look at what I gave it, but I believe I gave it 4 stars. 4.5, 4 stars. But this was the best film that Hallmark did last year. This was my favorite Hallmark film last year. Time for Them to Come Home for Christmas. Brendan Penny, Jesse Schramm. Loved that film to death. We're going to look up this Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas. Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas with Lacey Chabert. I believe it was 4 stars. Didn't it? 4.5? If it would work, that'd be amazing. Yes, I gave it... Sorry, Letterboxd is running super slow. I gave it 4 stars, I think. Where are you? It's not showing it. But anyways, I watched it, I loved it, and I'm going to say that that was probably one of the better movies of that year for Hallmark. But what this film does a little bit different is it does something with these characters where you know where it's going. You know where it's going. But it's the journey getting there that gets more emotional and more intriguing the more you watch it. This is a film that delivers on most of its aspects. There's a couple moments here and there where I thought it started to drag a little bit, but there was one main issue that I had, and it's such a minor detail that barely anybody will even think about it or bat an eye. It is when Tenille Townes is singing the song, The 12 Days of Christmas. It's not 3 gold rings. It's 3 French hens. 3 French hens. Yes. I believe it's 3 French hens, but I know it's not 3 gold rings because, as we all know, it's 5 gold rings. But it's okay. I'm willing to forgive that. I'm willing to forgive it. Now, what this film does so well is making sure that you know that Tyler Hynes is becoming one of your favorite people on the entire channel. I mean, this dude can have chemistry with a banana peel if he wanted to. You can make a whole movie about him wanting to date a banana peel, and he could make it believable. He could. He could make it fully believable. Now, that's saying something to me. But let's get into the rest of what I thought about this film, and then we're going to wrap it up. Because we do have ratings, people. We got ratings. The ratings are in for the Hallmark movies, and we're going to talk about it at the end of this video. So, this is a very well-made film. I did have a couple issues, but I'm willing to forgive those issues because they did not drag on and they did not get worse. This movie does do something different with this series, and it makes it more emotional than the last one. But this is a film that just expands upon my love for this franchise. I love 3, 4, and 5. I need to grow on my love for 2, and I remember really, really liking Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas, the first one. So, I'm going to end up giving Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas. I only said Time for Us. Almost said Time for Us. Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas, A+. I really did enjoy this one. Definitely check this one out. It is one of the best films of the entire year from Hallmark Channel, and definitely in the top 5 of Christmas, maybe even in the top 1 or 2 right now. But there's my review for that one. And if you guys do not want to know about the ratings, I will see you guys next time. For all of you still here we go into the ratings. Okay, here we go. The ratings for the 7 new Hallmark Channel movies and the other one on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, the one we just talked about. Let's get into it. My Southern Family Christmas, which I have a review for, did 2.9 on Thanksgiving. 2.9 on Thanksgiving. 2.19. Sorry, 2.19. That's immensely impressive, because that beats out some of the best ones that they've done. But then again, it was Thanksgiving, everybody was home, everybody wanted a feel-good film, and I believe that was the perfect film to put out on Thanksgiving. Then we had #Xmas. I have my review of that one coming up immediately after this one. Damn good film, gonna give you that right now. This did 1.51, and I'll tell you why. There was no marketing. There was no marketing for this one. They were pushing A Royal Corgi Christmas more. They were pushing Haul Out the Holly more. They were pushing Holiday Spectacular to the freaking moon. But what this did is a little disappointing. It was the Friday film, but also I don't like how they're doing the 6 p.m. I don't like how they're doing a 6 p.m. and then an 8 p.m. And on Saturdays, they do a 6 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m. So you're watching 3 movies from 6 until midnight with commercials. That's what I don't like. But that's besides the point. So then we're going to move down to A Royal Corgi Christmas. One of my all-time favorites of this year so far. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, this is going to end up in my top 10. This might end up in my top 10. I really did enjoy this one. It's not going to get an A+ for a critic review, but for a fan review, oh yeah. I loved this movie. This did 1.98. This was a really good, solid film for what they did on a Friday. Because looking back at the past Friday films, last Friday we had Inventing the Christmas Prince with 1.46. In Merry Measure was 1.60. You got to go back up to A Magical Christmas Village and A Cozy Christmas Inn to reach those types of numbers above them. So that's not a bad rating. Then you go to A Tale of Two Christmases, which I'm watching immediately after this one. Haul Out the Holly. And those didn't do bad either. A Tale of Two Christmases got 1.71. That's not bad. Haul Out the Holly is 3.29. That's not surprising. It's going to be the second highest rated film of the entire year for Christmas. It's not going to reach the heights of something like The Wedding Veil or Three Wise Men and a Baby, but we kind of knew that going in. It wasn't going to reach those limits because you had 3 stars that we ultimately just love, and we had Lacey Chabert and Wes Brown. We love those 2 as well, but getting 3 of our all-time favorite Hallmark stars in a comedy together, come on. And if you haven't seen my review for Haul Out the Holly, that's available right now on the channel. We also have a Christmas Cookie Catastrophe with 1.88. Pretty solid for a Sunday. And then we go to a Holiday Spectacular, which I will be watching those 2 films, A Christmas Cookie Catastrophe and A Holiday Spectacular tomorrow. Holiday Spectacular did 2.43. Not surprising. The Sunday movies don't have the best ratings, but this one did it because of the Radio City Rockettes. The Radio City Rockettes were the main draw for this film, but also what Hallmark did is it actually marketed it compared to some other ones. Now, what did Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas? This did the highest rating for a Hallmark Channel movie. Get this, since February. February. It was Aurora Teagarden Mysteries, Haunted by Murder. The highest rated was 1.16. The only film that has a chance of beating this is probably 5 more minutes, Moments Like These. Maybe even The Gift of Peace. But we're just going to have to see. I'm not expecting it to be something, boom, 2 million viewers. Especially for movies and mysteries. But I'm expecting it to reach maybe 1 million. Maybe 1 million. And we do have our first 2023 film announced. It's Wedding Veil 4 for New Year, New Movies with Lacey Chabert, Autumn Reeser, and Alison Sweeney. We know nothing about that film yet. We know nothing other than the stars, and it's the 4th film in a series. That's it. So there's that, guys, and I will see you guys next time for my review of hashtag Xmas as well as Aurora Corgi Christmas. Tomorrow, I will be reviewing and uploading A Tale of Two Christmases, A Christmas Cookie Catastrophe, and A Holiday Spectacular. Friday will be will probably be Violent Night. Will more than likely be there's so much stuff coming out. Hotel for the Holidays, a ton of Christmas stuff coming out this year, guys. I will see you guys next time.